was my evaluation by
Unmute yourself.
Okay, I will send. Okay.
Yes. Good evening, Toastmaster and guest. A very warm welcome to meeting of number 89 of Eloquent Elite Toastmaster Club. I am Toastmaster Nupur Saklecha. I am pleased and proud to be your Sergeant at Arm. As Sergeant at Arm, I will share with you few online policies. We request everyone to follow for a smooth meeting experience. I request all role player to rename yourself as put on general chat to help the Zoom master spotlight you appropriately. All Toastmasters not playing any role, please prefix TM to your name. All other guests, please prefix your name with guest. Please take 10 seconds to do this activity. Please put on silent mode your phone and all other noise-making device and remove any other distraction around you. Please take 5 seconds to do so. Please keep your audio on mute throughout the meeting and unmute your microphone only whenever you are invited to speak. Please keep your video camera on. Speaker settle. Feel nice to see people's face. Please avoid unnecessary movement or sipping on drinking or eating when your video is on. Please turn off the video only if when you have to step away or eat. Please do not type in general Zoom chat box when the speaker is speaking, as it distracts the speaker. You may message to a specific person via Zoom chat. Please note that this meeting is being recorded. Please stay back to network after the meeting. I am glad to share here the mission of Toastmasters. We provide supporting and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skill. It is been but natural that the Toastmaster international community is quite larger with over 218,000 members in more than 14,000 clubs across 149 countries, and it is going strong for the last 100 years. Contributing to this tradition of growing leaders in our Eloquent Elite Toastmaster Club, I am happy to introduce the presiding officer of the day, our club president, distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thomas. He has joined us from Dubai. He is a coach and creative thinker and love organizing program for children and teens. He has been a Toastmaster since 2019. He found St. Paul Toastmaster Club Bahrain and held various positions as VPE, VPM, and president. He has telecom and IT industry experience in India and Middle East for more than 2 decades. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thomas.
Thank you, Sir Terms Toastmaster Nupur, for that warm welcome. Wow, what an energy to start this meeting itself. Let me first call meeting number 89 to order. Before we begin, let me call our Vice President Education, Toastmaster Girija, if there are any apologies to the agenda.
No, we have made all the corrections.
No
Thank-
apologies. We can go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Girija. Can I ask any of our members to kindly propose the adoption of the agenda and another member to second the adoption of the agenda?
I propose the agenda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nupur. Can I have someone to kindly second the adoption of the agenda? Any of our members?
Rajneesh, come on, do it.
I can see Toastmaster Dr. Deepak giving his raise of hands. If you could just unmute and say that you second the adoption of the agenda.
I second the option of the agenda.
Thank you. Thank you so much. With that, our agenda has been adopted and we move forward. I know I can see a few guests here. I welcome each and every one of you. There are people who are joining in from different parts of the world. You can see people from India. We have people from Dubai, Toastmaster Girija in US, in the Middle East. I can see some from different parts, I think in Kuwait, or you can see some friends coming in from Bahrain as well. So welcoming each and every one of you from different parts of the world to this meeting. I would like to take this moment to welcome the guests. There are a few of the role players who will be introduced, but let me call upon Toastmaster Matthew Thomas. If you could just introduce yourself, from where you're joining, and the place, and if you're Toastmaster, which club.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Matthew. I'm joining from Dubai. Currently, I'm taking up the role of a president of Dreams Toastmasters Club in Dubai. I've heard about your meeting. As I said, I would like to learn from your meetings, and that's why I'm in. Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome, Toastmaster Matthew. I can also see Toastmaster Tripti. Yes, we just spoke a few minutes back, but if you could just introduce yourself and your club, from where you join.
Yeah, sure. So, good evening, everyone. It's really nice to be attending your meeting. I know Swapna. She's our area director for our club, and I'm coming from TCS Maitri Toastmasters Club, one of the renowned club in Mumbai, and I'm serving as VP Education for our club. So, thank you so much for arranging such a nice meeting.
Welcome, Toastmaster Tripti, to our club. I can see Vijay Suryavanshi. If you're a guest, Toastmaster, if you could just introduce yourself and where are you joining from?
Yeah, hi. My name is Vijay Suryanshi. I am from Sipla Toastmasters Club. I also serve as a VP Education. I'm just glad
Where
to
in
learn
India are you
something
joining
new
us?
from you. Sorry?
Where are you joining us from?
I'm from Sipla Toastmasters Club.
India, which
Plus
part
in
of it?
Vikroli.
Okay,
Mumbai.
Victoria, Mumbai. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Vijay.
Yeah, I like the theme of today of positivity. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Vijay. And welcoming our general evaluator as well to our meeting. Thank you so much. We have Mike from Canada as well, who is a Toastmaster table topic master. So again, just wow feeling when I start this meeting to see people from different parts of the world. There was an employee engagement done for some of the senior managers of a company, and they called a keynote speaker to talk something about leadership. After the keynote speaker had given his speech, he wanted to do a kind of an activity which engages the senior managers of that company. And he made a game to help this. What he did was very simple. He told all of them that there were some balloons on the table that they had to blow, and they have to write their name on it. So there were marker pens, there was balloons. They said it's very easy. They all went, grabbed the balloon, different colors, blew it, wrote their name, tied it, and they were supposed to keep it on the table. they thought, was that the engagement that they were supposed to do? So simple, isn't it? But the keynote speaker did not end over there. What he did, he came on the table, he just mixed all those balloons. And he said, now all of you stand in a line. At the blow of a whistle, I want each one of you to go quickly and grab your balloon, the balloon that has your name on it. But there's a catch. He gave each one of them a toothpick. So each one was given a toothpick, and the first person to go and grab his or her balloon with the name wins. And the senior manager said, all right, it's a chance to shine. Let's go and do it. So they blow the whistle, they had their toothpick, all of them frantically go, run, try to search their balloons. They're seeing different colors. Within the first few minutes, they were not able to do so. It was not easy. They were all running around here and there, by chance kicking the balloons, going further away. After a minute and a half, one of them who had the toothpick in his hand said, let me break the balloon. Someone's taking it, let me break it. It's not mine. So you could hear the popping of the balloons happening and people just running around. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Not even one of them was able to get his or her balloon. And the whistle blows, they come back. And the keynote speaker says this. This is the rat race that we are all living in. We all want to be that first, the person who wants to grab the position in life. But a leader is not just that. He or she need to be empathetic. And I gave you a toothpick, and you used that toothpick to break down others. What you should have only done was you should have taken a balloon and called out the name that was on that balloon. And the person whose name was there would have taken that balloon and given it. Would we be kind enough to let others take a chance? Leaders are not made just like that. They're not born. They grow. They have to grow in the journey of life. But sometimes we do miss that. And there was one person nearly 100 years ago who did not think about himself. He called a few people in YMCA for the only matter of encouraging them, motivating them to enhance their public speaking and leadership skills. That man, his vision is alive today in around 148 countries, 300,000 members, 17,000 clubs. You and I are part of that vision. That person is none other than Rav C. Smedley, founder of Toastmasters International. Let me just tell each and every one of us, we live in this microwave world. Put in, get out the result. But that's not how we in Toastmasters or we who are taking leadership roles are supposed to be. Hold on. Pat the back, shoulder others, so that it's not one, but both of you go together. And when both of you go together, you climb higher. In 2020, Rotary International President Mark Melanie and the then Toastmasters International President, distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Menon, announced the Rotary Toastmaster collaboration. And Eloquent Elite's Toastmasters Club was chartered in the year February 2021. We are an online club. Toastmaster Girija is the co-founder of this club. And she herself is a Rotarian and a Toastmaster. And this is the first Rotary Toastmasters collaboration club in India and the fifth such in the world. Eloquent Elites, ELITES, stands for Empowering Leaders of integrity through experience and service. We also have Eloquent Elite's Gavels Club, which was started in the year June 2023. Now, to take this meeting further, I have to hand this baton to someone. And it's my proud privilege to give this to none other than a content writer, a YouTuber, coach, founder, director of DG Consulting, an HR consultancy firm, currently serving as the vice president of Eloquent Elite Toastmasters Club, our founder and counselor of the Gavels Club. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Girija Deshpande. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you for that very warm, sweet introduction and for setting the tone of positivity in the club and always starting that light in our hearts all the time, not just during this meeting. Thank you very much, President, Distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thomas. Look at this person behind me. What do you see? He has no limbs, no hands, no feet. Nick Vujicic. I took time just to learn his pronunciation. How much time he must have taken and how much struggle he must have gone through every step of the way in his life to proceed to the situation where you see him in. When anybody would give up and think that now I'm not going to do anything, why am I born with this deficiency? Why? And somebody will be breaking their head over it. He said, there are certain challenges which we cannot question, but let me see what I can do with what I've got. Anybody will say, I've got nothing. I have no hands, no legs. How am I going to survive? But he said, I've got a head, I've got a heart, I've got my mouth, and I can do a lot. So he published several books. He's a great motivational speaker. You must have seen him swimming, cycling, doing everything in the world. And there he is with his beautiful wife and child. Now, you must have heard of this author. All Gen Z, Gen X, they're very fond of him. Fond of her. J.K. Rowling. A single mother, struggling as a teacher, not getting a job, writing books and not being able to publish. 12 publishers rejected her. She still believed that she has got something. If my children love these stories and they're enamored by this, then there is something in it. And she did become a miracle today. And lakhs of viewers, crores of viewers around the world. And now her books are made into movies. Who's this? You see here. You can see one arm is not there. At the age of 13, while she was surfing, because surfing was her dream, a shark bit off her complete right arm. But at the age of 13, she said, my dream is to be a surfer and I will continue doing that. And she still now does it. She managed to design new surfboards so that they are longer and she can hold them and carry them by herself, and she does it all through the world. We have heard of so many people like this. Walt Disney, etc., etc. But closer home, we have got Sudarshan. I personally went to the hospital because I happen to know a friend of her when she lost her limb, right leg, in an accident, in a bus accident. Very sad accident. If she had been taken to the hospital immediately, she would have got her limbs. But there was delay. And she was a Bharatanatyam dancer already. She said, I'm not going to give up. And at that time, prosthetic legs had not advanced so much. But she said, no, I'm not going to give up. And she still, with so much pain, so many new types of prosthetic legs, she tried and still she continued with her dance, with bleeding legs, aching legs, swelling legs, but she didn't stop. She has won so many awards today. She didn't give up. So friends, positivity does not erase our challenges. It transforms how we face the challenges. And that makes all the difference. How we face a challenge can turn obstacle into opportunities, doubts and fears into action. At times, we may take an audacious action, at times cautious, but never giving up our aims, ambitions, or aspirations. So, while I go ahead with this meeting, I assure you it is going to be interactive. After everyone describes the role, there will be a small question to you to understand about how you view about positivity. Please give your responses in 2 to 3 sentences so that we can get the views and experiences of everybody who is playing a role here. And now we will move on to the meeting structure. Now, when we talk about the meeting structure, you have first the prepared speeches. I will be handling that section. The second section is of table topic speakers, and the table topic section will be handled by a table topic master who is all the way from Canada. He is Mike Shree. And then we have got the general evaluation section, which is going to be handled by our distinguished Toastmaster, Sudarshan Seshadri, again, all the way from UAE. I'm proud and privileged to introduce distinguished Toastmaster Sudarshan Seshadri. We had invited him for a panel discussion, and I was just blown by the insights that he presented over there. He is a banker, and so he always sees profits and loss, right? And still he has been staying with Toastmasters for 14 years. Every minute of his is important. Why? Because he has realized that Toastmasters experience transforms mere speakers to communicators, writers to storytellers, and orators to performers. This is his experience. Over to you, General Evaluator, to describe your role. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for those kind words. Truly humbled to have been invited back to this particular meeting. Today, my role is that of a general evaluator. Can be variously described, but I choose to describe it in terms that 99.9% of Indians would understand. This is the role of the nitpicking mother-in-law. She is the one who will come at the end of it all and says, but it could have been slightly better if you had added that little pinch of salt. My role is going to be to not be that nitpicking mother-in-law, but instead be that friend who puts his arm around your shoulder while preparing to give a swift kick up your backside if you so deserve. The idea here is to try and enable all of us to leave this meeting with something in our armory which was there before the meeting, or probably if it was there, sharpened to a point where you can use it effectively. I will obviously be assisted in my endeavors with and by a lot of evaluators who will be evaluating all the prepared speeches. I will, when called upon, come back and summarize the meeting in toto. In addition to that, obviously, as a part of evaluation, we will have the speakers and evaluators, and of course, the word master and the grammarian also coming in to help me complete my role as a general evaluator. That in a nutshell is what I'm going to do. Hopefully, it will be of some use to all of us. Thank you very much for having me. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you. I'm sure we'll get a lot of accolades, appreciation, and some positive nudges from you. We look forward to that. Before we proceed ahead, can you just share briefly in 1 or 2 sentences, what is one small thing you do daily to stay positive?
The one small thing that I do is spending the time that I brush my teeth very, very positively. I.e., I look at the man in the mirror and tell him there is no one like you. What you're going to do is not going to be done by anybody else. Just make sure that while you're doing all that you're doing, your teeth are brushed clean and you're prepared to smile at the world and make the world smile back at you.
Thank you. I now request Sajal Sarohi, a grammarian for the day, to explain his role. He is a banker and sorry, not a banker. It just filtered in from the general evaluator. He's a finance person. Again, sales. He's working as a business manager at Mumbai. I know that he must be knowing the practiced subtle nuances of communication to stay in the sales field for the last 20 years. He's a Toastmaster from Thane Toastmasters Club. He loves visiting new places and reading books. Over to you to explain your role as grammarian.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guest. I am Sajal Sarohi, and I am honored to serve as your grammarian for today's meeting. The grammarian plays a crucial role in enhancing language skills and promoting effective communication during Toastmaster meetings. To achieve this, as a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers and listen carefully to their use of language. I will make note of exemplary usages, outstanding words, remarkable idioms, and memorable quotes. I will also make note of areas of improvement and pronunciation errors. I will present the word of the day and idiom of the day now. I have chosen these keeping in mind the theme of today's meeting, and so that it is very convenient for the speakers to use them. I appeal to all speakers to use them as frequently as possible. And now I am sharing a quick PPT to roll out the word of the day and idiom of the day. So can I share my PPT?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So the word of the day for today's meeting is audacious, and it is an adjective. Now, the meaning of this word, it is showing a willingness to take surprisingly bold risk. For an example, they have audacious plans for the new school. And if used like negatively, showing an impudent lack of respect. For an example, he made an audacious remark. Now coming to idiom of the day. Every cloud has a silver lining, meaning there is something positive in every bad situation, and we should look for the hope even when things seem difficult. Some sample sentences. You should not stress so much. Every cloud has a silver lining. Second, their flight was delayed for hours, but every cloud has a silver lining. They made new friends at the airport during the wait. When I present my report during the evaluation section, I will acknowledge names of speakers who use the word and idiom of the day, exemplary use of language, and I will also share areas of improvement in grammar and pronunciation. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you. Before you just flip off, there is one small question. Now you spoke about the silver lining in the cloud. What is one way in which you handle someone who always brings negativity around you?
Yeah. So in the last 3 to 4 years, I have learned and read a lot of books. So whenever I see one of my team member doing such thing, so I share the book which is relevant to them, which can bring a change in their belief, and also it could make them motivated, and I had seen a great impact. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now we move on to the next role player, the accounter. That is Toastmaster Swapna Jilla from North Mumbai Toastmasters Club. She also works in finance at a fintech startup. A South Indian who loves North Indian cuisine and loves to travel to North India. And she loves different locations, and probably she must have gathered lots of experiences. Over to you, Swapna, to describe your role.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Though I have not traveled much of Northern India, but I would like to. That's why I keep it in my intro. So every time, whenever somebody introduces me, I remember, oh, I need to take a trip to Northern India. So that is the reason why I've kept it in my intro. And so today I am playing the accounter of the day. So as an accounter, I would be noting down the filler words and crutch words. The filler words like and crutch words like so, but, and repeat words. And at the end of the meeting, I would submit my report when called upon by the general evaluator. And I must say, I had taken this audacious step of an accounter today because throughout the meeting, I could not catch up any crutch words or filler words. And I hope that I do a job well, that I'll be able to catch at least some of the crutch and filler words. Thank you, and over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Swapna. I'm not letting you off the hook so early. One small question to you.
Yes.
What is the one act of positivity that somebody did that made a big difference to your life? One act of positivity that you experienced that made a big difference to your life. Just in 2 to 3 sentences.
Okay, so not the act of positivity, but I think it was more of empathy. So I was hiding a secret from my family members. It was not a very big secret, but I was scared that once it is revealed to them, what impression they might hold of me. But once that secret was out, everybody just accepted me as it is. There was no change. They, in fact, told me that if you had some problem, you could have come up to us earlier and we would have helped you figuring out and solving that issue. So sometimes we held ourselves back thinking in a situation that we might not have a positive impact, or it may go out of negative in a negative way. But then we need to realize that people have empathy and they do take in. And that was one very big change that I acknowledged that day, that your family supports you throughout and whom you are and whatever you are.
Thank
So
you.
that was one big change.
Thank you so much. Now, the next role player is our own presiding officer, Distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thomas. He's also doing the role of the timer now. He was already introduced by our Sergeant at Arms very well, but one quick addition. He was the founder and counselor of St. Paul's Gavel Club at Bahrain. Now, Distinguished Toastmaster Renosh, please share the timing guidelines for the prepared speeches. We have 2 prepared speeches today. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Greetings to all present in this meeting. As a timer, I'll time the formal speeches, the table topics, and the evaluators. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific time remaining. Specifically for the prepared speeches, we have an icebreaker speech of 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, you will see the green virtual background. At 5 minutes, you will see the yellow virtual background. And at 6 minutes, you will see the red virtual background. for the prepared speech of 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, you will see the green virtual background coming on screen, followed by the yellow virtual background at 6 minutes and the red virtual background at 7 minutes. And you will have 30 seconds at the grace period to wind up your speech. I will provide my report when called upon. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. There is a small question for you. What is more powerful? Gratitude for today or hope for the future? More powerful for infusing positivity? Gratitude for today or hope for the future? What would you choose?
It's like asking me specifically coming from the South, we have a dish called sambar. And if you take any of the ingredients out of it, you don't call it sambar. So for me, it's important to be gratitude for the day. Yes, you have to be thankful for what you have. In fact, this gift of life, each and every moment that we breathe, is a gratitude to the Creator and also to the people around us. So it's very, very rarely that you find people thanking others for what they have done in your life. And it could be a changing moment for them and for you. So gratitude is important. At the same time, we all are here in this world because we have a hope of the future as well. So I think it's both that is vital for a person, any individual in this world to feel a sense of positivity. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. The hands of a clock keep moving and it's time for us to get going. Now, we move on to the prepared speech section and we have two speakers, as I said. The first speaker is Dr. Deepak Deshpande and his speech evaluator is Toastmasters CP Balachandran, an IT development professional. So far, everybody has been from finance, from sales. This is a remarkable change from Technopark, from the capital of God's own country, from Thiruvananthapuram. He chartered the TCS Trivandrum Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Bala, please read out the objectives of the icebreaker. Can you please? Yes.
Before I do that, can I get a confirmation if I'm audible and visible?
Pardon me?
Before I do that, can I get a confirmation if I'm audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
You're audible, but you're not clearly visible. You're getting blurred. Your background is blurring you.
Is it? Give me a moment, please. I'm sorry for that. I hope it's okay now.
Yes, much better.
You can go ahead. Thank you.
Where's my eyes? Where is my eyes? Come on. Oh, you will not have an icebreaker today? No worries. In this meeting, we have an icebreaker who is going to give that ice-breaking speech, which is going to excite us and give us that ice-breaking moment. That's what we need. Sorry, what's his name? I forgot. Is it Dr. Deepak Deshpande? Exactly. It's Dr. Deepak Deshpande. But he is going to give us the icebreaker speech. And he will tell us why he wants to come into Toastmasters as a speaker, as a member. Because why did I want to come in? Sorry, I forgot. You know what I forgot? But yeah, I forgot. But please. It was because I want to come in as a person who I wanted to introduce myself to the club. I wanted to tell the club that yes, I am that Deepak who is coming here. That's what I wanted today. We have Toastmaster Deepak who is going to do it, and it's my privilege with folded hands that I'm going to evaluate for that particular speech. Only one request to Toastmaster Deepak or Dr. Deepak, how do you want to call me? I don't know. Sir, on introductory or uh, Toastmaster speech, we not evaluate people on those things. But if you really want something else, I'll just give you one suggestion. That's all. I'll do it. But roots, wings, and songs. I truly wonderfully agreed. What is it? I'm all ears for you. I'll listen to you. And with that, I'll request the Toastmaster of the day to introduce the speaker with
Thank you.
the speech title. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Dr. Deepak Deshpande is going to introduce himself. So without much ado, I will just say one sentence. He sings with gay abandon, works as chief HR officer in huge organizations, caring about little things that make a huge difference to people. Now, over to him to present the icebreaker. Dr. Deepak Deshpande, roots, wings, and soul. Roots, wings, and soul. Dr. Deepak Deshpande. Over to you.
Thank you. I'm a little nervous. But before I say anything further, let me wish my fellow speaker, Nupur. I never thought I'm a good public speaker. But like that, they say every cloud has a silver lining. I said, okay, let me compensate it by singing. Let me be audacious enough to sing a song when I can't speak well. ख्वाब आँखों में अब नहीं आते, अब तो पलकों में तुम समाए हो, हर घड़ी साथ साथ रहते हो, दिल की दुनिया में घर बसाए हो, दिल की दुनिया में घर बसाए हो. That itself is sort of summarizing the essence of the topic for me today. Roots, wings, and soul. I'm shamelessly positive. Like they say again, every cloud has a silver lining. You have to believe in it to be able to be positive. Even in your darkest moments, even when you're feeling at your lowest ebb, look at what can cheer you up. What is there that will make you happy? What is there that will give you hope? So when I choose to speak today, these three words just happened to me from nowhere. Roots, wings, and soul. When I say roots, it takes me back to my formative years. My home, my family, especially my mother, who always used to say, send Deepak for any errands for the home. I lived amongst we had a big family, a lot of colleagues, my cousins and relatives, and so many children in the family, and we were my own siblings. It was a big, at least 18 to 20 people in the family. And whenever there was any work to be, okay, go and buy something from the Kirana, because I come from a small village. And it was, my mother said, send Deepak. He knows what to do. He knows he's good at speaking to people. He's very social. He's smart. He's a sweet cookie. So he'll manage to get things done. So that kept me sort of appreciation, recognition. And that really honed me up to be practically wise. So I really miss her today and remember with so much of warmth that it was that trust, that hope, that recognition that made me become what I became today. And it kept on motivating me to practice that. Second thing that helped me become was to volunteer in family events, marriages, good, happy, whatever occasions came in family. I used to always volunteer. Serving food, washing utensils, sweeping floors, helping hand. That kind of gave me everybody welcome. Hey, Deepak. During summers and winter holidays, we used to always visit my relatives. And I would do the same thing in the family wherever I visited. And that family became, I was there for 15 days, of sometimes 3 weeks, and that became my home. I knew the joy of being a good guest. I know that I'm going to not be there for long, but those 10 days, 15 days were like, vacation for me, and I used to really enjoy it. I could see when they welcomed me, they wanted me to be there. So I knew that how to be a good visitor, how to be a good guest. Treat that home as your own home and take care of the things. Volunteer, do your best. The same thing continued, and something very interesting happened during my 3rd standard. It was raining heavily and we were stranded in the playground, and we were asked to wait under a tree. We were just about 7 years or 8 years old. And just to keep us busy, our PT teacher said, everybody must do something. Somebody who can recite a poem, somebody can act, somebody can dance, somebody can sing, and my turn came and I was asked to sing. That was the first song I sang. And it was the new school. Nobody knew me till that moment, till I sang. But from the next day onwards, everybody knew that I can sing. And to my good luck, the song really came out well. Everybody liked it. And people, my classmates said, oh, he can sing. Whenever there was a free period, they would say, okay, sing. He's a singer. So I was pushed into singing. And everybody, within a month or two, almost the entire class knew me. And likewise, whenever we had singing competitions, the school came to know about me. And I was known as, he sings well. And because people know you, it added more pressure. I had to study well. I said, I can't just be a singer, I have to study well. I started getting good marks. When I started getting good marks and debating and singing, I started also taking part in other extracurricular activities. Why? Every time there wouldn't be singing competition, there would be elocution, there would be essay writing competition, there would be debating competitions. I started taking part in them. It really made my personality, honed my personality, nurtured my skills. And one fine day, when I was 7th or 8th standard, I said, oh, I'm doing so many things, but I'm not playing. I'm not into sports, not into games. I started playing football. For 3 years, I turned out to be a good footballer and represented school. I think these kind of small little experiences, recognition, appreciation, the family, within the village, within the relatives, that really kind of left a long impression on me, and I continued that. So that's why I said the roots, these roots continue even today. It is not stopped. Then I left because it was a village after my 10th, I went to Hyderabad for my further education. I was staying as a paying guest for 5 years with a family, and it became my own family. That is because of the training and the upbringing that I got in my home during my formative years. And it was so easy. Those 5 years, I remember so much of warmth and love. They are like my family today when I'm in touch with them. I visit them whenever I go to Hyderabad. But a couple of things. My father was a teacher, very strict, very disciplined, very humble, polite, but firm. It was his impression that really pushed me to do whatever I have taken up to do it well. Be it studies, be it any activity, whatever you choose to do or whatever you end up doing, give it your best shot. That is where attributes like consistency, discipline, smart work really helped me. Otherwise, I wasn't a very good student, in studies, but because of he motivated me. I looked up to my parents and some of my teachers in the school. These things stuck with me, and that helped me to do everything. I ended up being in the third or the top 3 in the class, right from 7th class onwards, till I continued my studies. I passed out with distinction in my graduation. But then I didn't get any engineering stage because I had not prepared. But like that, say again, every cloud has a silver lining. That prompted me to take up BSc Electronics. Lessons learned, I said, let me not repeat that mistake. BSc, I stood up again, passed with my distinction. I got national scholarship. I went on to do my MSc. After 6 months gap, again, silver lining, because 6 months I was sitting at home with no admission in post-graduation. But these 6 months, I started taking tuitions, private tuitions for school students. That helped me to make some quick work, to spend time in Hyderabad and try for admissions. And finally, I got admission in MSc Electronics in neighboring state, Gulbarga University. I got second rank there. Just following these simple principles of consistent, discipline, smart work. I would prepare for 3 weeks just before the exam. Rest of the year, I would be regular to the class, take part in all the activities in the university, won so many prizes in debating, extempo, singing, everything rest of the year. Being very active, good student, be apple of eyes within the staff and classes. But when it comes to just before the exam, 3 weeks, do a smart work, managed to get second rank. I stood gold medalist in one of the subjects. Life happened to me just by following basic rules. So manifestation, sharing, and 3 wonderful people happened to me in my life. One is life program, Swami Subhudayananda, who taught me great lessons through his 3-day training program, Kurshit Merchant. Another wonderful motivator, inspiring person, and forum institution. That's amazing. That really, and who introduced me to these programs was one of my students. He said, you are so good in, you talk about positive things, you talk about communication and personality, you must do these programs. He was the one who pushed me, Jaideep Subedar, now he's in US. And that changed my life. I said, I cannot be remaining here. I need to go into the industry. And that's how I joined L&T, Tata's, and Datamatics. When I first took up job in Tata's, my team wouldn't accept me because by then I had acquired about 18 to 20 degrees. Because every year I would get 1 degree on another. Some diploma, postgraduate diploma, oh my goodness, 17 to 18. And I would do all the smart work and manage to get, even as I did my MSc and MPhil and MBA and engineering and PhD, the learning never stopped. until last year. I did 1 year about 435 during COVID certifications, online certifications. I mean, learning never stops, friends. It's like, and my corporate experiences taught me, every experience gave me some anchor. Some of my favorite anchors are no one has died of hard work. The only reward for good work is more work. Also, sometimes I have seen my colleagues and my teammates and others in the company within HR, people come and say, I didn't get my increment, I am not recognized. Time up. Okay, I will leave it there. I live with one thought: you get what you deserve and what is destined for you. I had the audacity to follow my heart and get married to a wonderful person. I leave you there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry to cut you off. I would have heard you my entire life as I'm doing, but not in Toastmasters. Thank you so much. Appreciate your participating and the icebreaker. It did break the ice. Now the next speaker is Nupur Saklecha. She's the second speaker, and her evaluator is Toastmaster Dharini Rajangam. She's an IT professional with experience in Chennai and Singapore. A freelance tutor in mathematics, she has also been an adjudicator in Qatar inter-school debate competitions. And she's now PPPR in Aurora Toastmasters Club, Qatar. Over to you, Toastmaster Dharini, to explain the speech objectives of Nupur Saklecha. Thank you.
Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, for the wonderful introduction. I am Dharini Rajangam. I will be evaluating the speech by Speaker Nupur. The purpose of this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. The purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. I will present my report when called upon by the general evaluator. I wish all success to my speaker, Nupur. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you for that wonderful description of the objectives. Her timings are 5 to 7 minutes. Nupur is skilled in numbers and accounting and financial reporting. And she is very fond of cultures, cuisines, jewelry, and Ayurveda, variety of interests. Now, I hope, Nupur, are you ready in the speaking position? Yes?
Yes, ma'am. Can I flip my screen?
Yes, I can. So now, Nupur Saklecha, True Freedom. True Freedom, Nupur Saklecha. Over to you.
My screen is visible?
Yes. It is visible. Go ahead.
Good evening, dear guest and Toastmaster. 0 down payment, 0% interest. Pay just rupees 999 per month. We see these ads everywhere, on Instagram, billboards, even on delivery apps. It sounds tempting, right? Why we wait to save when we get the phone, that holiday, even that sofa today? But here the question I want to think about. Are EMIs really making our life easier or silently trapping us? Let me share in the story of Rohan, a young professional. I know he got his first job. And like many of us, he wanted to enjoy it. He brought the latest phone on EMI, the new bike, EMI, a vacation to credit card EMI. Soon, his entire day was going 5 different EMIs. One day, his company announced cost cutting, delayed salary, or by just 50 days. Rohan panicked, not because he couldn't buy groceries, but because he couldn't pay his EMIs on time. He had everything: phone, bike, fancy clothes, but had no freedom, no savings, and had a lot of stress. This is the hidden cost of EMI lifestyle. We think we are buying comfort, but we are actually buying commitment. Even 0% EMI is always free. There are processing fees, hidden charges, and from discount. It's just one payment, and credit card interest can shoot up 32 to 42% per year. Let's do the math. 60,000 rupees phone on EMI may end up costing 62,500 rupees after interest and fees. Add a sofa, TV, and a vacation, and you spend extra 30 to 40,000 rupees a year. That money could have been shared, invested, and working for your future instead of vanish. But it's not just money, it's peace of mind. EMIs lock you in. You cannot switch job easily. You can't take a career break. You start living on EMI dates instead of living your life. Interestingly, this may sound like a modern problem, but the wisdom of Delhi with it was given to us thousands of years ago. Jain tradition teach a principle called aparigraha, non-possessiveness, or taking only what truly necessary. I have seen this principle in action in my own home. Whenever I asked my father to buy me something as a child, he would always ask me, do you really need this? Or do you just like it? Think about it. At that time, I didn't fully understand this question. But today, I realized he was teaching me a parigraha to separate my needs from my wants. Even when I suggested buy something on credit card, he would say, no, we never buy on credit. We have money, we buy. If we know, we don't buy. He believed he buy on credit, take away your peace of mind. And now, as an adult, I see how true this is. This habit of pausing, thinking, and buying only when truly necessary have become a part of me and has given me more peace and financial freedom that any gadget or quick purchase ever could. Today, companies know we don't like waiting. So they offer EMIs on everything: mobile, furniture, holidays. And because it feels like a small amount, just 2,000 here, 5,000 there, we say yes. But soon we are juggling multiple EMIs, wondering where our salary went. And then there's social media pressure. We see influencers buying gadgets, going on trip, wearing luxury brand, and we feel we should keep up. But we don't see the credit card bills. We only see the lifestyle, not the liabilities. I'm not saying EMI are bad. They make sense for assets like education or home. But before taking any EMIs, ask yourself, is this need or just a want? Can I save and buy it later without debt? If my salary stopped tomorrow, can I still pay? If the answer makes you uncomfortable, wait, because delaying purchase is not losing out, it's gaining control over your future. Financial freedom is not about how much you earn, it's about how much your income is truly yours to use. So, the next time an EMI offer pops up, make a pause, and think, am I buying happiness or am I mortgaging my future? Because debt-free life is not just about money, it's about peace, freedom, and choices. Tyajasva sarva parigrahat. All possessions should be given. True freedom lies not in owning more, but is needing less. And tonight, I leave you with one question. Check your last 3 purchases. Were they truly needs or just want? Your answer might surprise you, and it might just change the way you spend tomorrow. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you for that wonderful speech. And thank you for showing us that the credit card needs to be only a silver lining in a cloud when you've got to raise huge money for buying an asset like a home or education. Otherwise, we have to be cautious and not audacious when approaching a credit card. Thank you so much for that educative insights. Now we move on to the next session, that is a table topic section. Now this table topic section is the fun of the day, and I would leave it to the table topic master to describe what it is and to conduct the session. The table topic master comes all the way from Canada, Toronto, and he is Mark Shree. And when I asked, can somebody participate from that side of the world, he was the first to come up and volunteer. And he has been, for the last 15 years, training adults and youth to become confident communicators and lofty leaders. Over to you, Toastmaster, Table Topics Master, Shree.
Thank you so much, Girija, Toastmaster of the Day. It is my pleasure to be here, but I feel a little bit lower. You guys are so good, so formal, and so, enthusiasm, a lot of energy, everything is beautiful here, the way that I have seen. So when Girija posted that she wanted to have a table topics master, I posted in our, she posted in, our Toastmaster enthusiast group, WhatsApp group, and there are tons of people. Nobody raised a hand. And I felt so bad. So why is that? We are all Toastmasters. Anybody can give a hand to her. And since nobody raised hand, I thought, okay, let's step in, and I did so. Okay, here is the theme of the day: power of the positivity. We try to use positivity in our table topics. And to everyone, namaste, sashikal, shubha sandhya, and good evening. But here we are, good morning, right? So, and my name is Mike, and I'll be your table topics master. And I believe that we have, everybody will have 1 to 2 minutes table topics session time for their speech. So positivity is all about, how we choose to see life's challenges, opportunities, and, in debates. Positivity is everywhere. I think, if we think of positivity, we also need to think negativity as well, because without negativity, there is no positivity. Sometimes positivity is often seen, only to see brighter side and top situation. But in today's table topics, I will give you thought-provoking and debatable scenarios. So someone of you will have audacious spirit to step in and speak on the topic that I'll be giving you. I wonder whether our timer, Mr. President and timer of the day, would like to talk about the timer demonstrations, or?
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Greetings to everyone present. For the table topic session, the speeches are 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, you will see the green virtual background. At 1.5 minutes, you will see the yellow virtual background. And at 2 minutes, you will see the red virtual background, following which you will have a 30 seconds grace period. That's the timing criteria. When called, I will see the report. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Mr. President and timer of the day, Renosh. So let me give you the topic, and anybody who wants to speak on that topic can raise their hand, step in, and speak on that topic, and our timer will time your speech. So let's start off with money. Let's imagine that you have $1 million in your bank, and you also know that you have only 1 year left to live. What would you do with that money? Anyone? The question is, you have $1 million in your bank and you have 1 year to live. What would you do with that money?
I would request people who have not participated to volunteer. Tulin, can you speak? Tulin, Rajneesh, Vijay, Matthew, please unmute yourself and speak. One of you, please put up your hands. Look forward. Yes, Tulin, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Julian, the topic is very simple. Julian, you have $1 million in your bank and you have 1 year to live. What would you do with that money?
Yes. What was the money? I couldn't hear.
$1 million. $1 million you have got. A lot of money.
1 million.
Yes. And only 1 year to live. What will you do with it? Yes. She's first time joining Toastmasters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes, I would like to spend in proper way that it will be helpful for poor people, or whenever I donate in somewhere people are in trouble, or in that way I can use that money, and half of the thing in some part of money I can invest for my own use, for my survival, and yeah, let me think. Later I will explain.
Thought-provoking question, wasn't it? Thank you, Tulin, for participating. This is the first meeting she's attending, and I'm so grateful for participating. Yes.
Yeah, Tulin, thank you so much for your, stepping in. That's positive, your positivity towards the Toastmaster, and perhaps Girija and Eloquent Elite Toastmaster Club would, welcome you to join the club.
Thank you.
So next topic that I have is, for everyone who would like to volunteer, there is technology like artificial intelligence and digital technology, and a lot of elderly people are very much scared of those technology. They have a kind of fear, like table topics. I don't want to go, do it. So if you know nothing about, imagine that you know nothing about artificial intelligence and digital technology, but you have to, step in. What would you do? Anyone? Yeah, Rajneesh?
Yeah, I can take up this topic. Even I was struggling today. Like, there is a background pic which we have to put in the Zoom meeting. I tried my best, but I was not able to do it. I'm not a very frequent user of Zoom, but I still try to be audacious to attend this meeting without the background. And as Dr. Deepak was saying, that there is always silver lining in the cloud. The Grammarian has given that idiom. So again, I came with the positivity that I may learn something out of it. I may ask somebody to teach me that how to put a background on the Zoom chat. So it doesn't matter whether you know something about the technology or doesn't know about it. Only thing is the participation, the eagerness to learn. And if you have that bent of mind, then the environment is there to support you. And in turn, you will learn something out of it. So that is, technology is just an enabler. It's not everything. Technology is just a facilitator for doing something in a better way, but it is not everything. Ultimately, human beings are controlling the technology also. So that's my thought on this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajneesh, for taking that topic and speaking on it. That is Audacious spirit. So next topic that I have is about God. People say God is everywhere and also God is nowhere. What is your thought on it? Anybody? God is everywhere. God is nowhere. Where do you stand?
Can I take the topic?
Yes.
Can I do that? This is Bala here.
Do go ahead. Yes.
Hi, good evening all. Nice topic. I just want to make sure it doesn't break our Toastmasters role of religion. Moreover, I will just tell you about the God thing. People say God is everywhere. Some people say that God is everywhere, and some of them say, "How can you believe that?" So it's like wind or air. It's everywhere. You will not see that, but you can feel it. So it doesn't matter what religion you are on. This is that there's a spirit which each one of us has got inside. So if you ask me where is God, we see God is everywhere. In all the creations which you see in this world, there is a presence of some spirit. And each one of us are the gods. That is the spirit, the good spirit in this world is considered as a God. So if you are a good person, you are a God. If you see a tree, if you see anything which is in the world which has got a purpose, a good purpose, that considers as a God. It's more than a temple, church, or a mosque. It's what all is there visible or invisible in the world with a spirit or with something helpful to the people, with a good spirit that can be considered as a God. It's not that in your future you will see the God. No, it is within us. The spirit within us, the help we do. That is what God is. That is what is visible. That's how it becomes visible by the act of goodness or the helpfulness which we give to them. Thank you so much, our TMoD.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Matthew. That was awesome. So let's talk about next topic. Next topic is about failure. So we all know that there is no success without failure. I would like somebody to speak on the failure that you had in your life once upon a time, one failure, and how did you treat that failure towards your success?
Toastmaster Tripti has raised her hand.
Tripti?
Yes. Yes. So as we say, positivity is a part and parcel of life. So likewise, failures are also a part and parcel of life, right? So it's just you have to believe, because believing and accepting that you are a failure, you are halfway there, because acceptance is everything. Even if you are failing, please accept that fact that okay, you are lagging somewhere, and work upon yourself, because it's all about optimization, how you are optimized, I mean how you are optimistic in your life. So one such failure or difficulty that I was facing few years back was public speaking. I was very introvert person. I was very shy person when it was coming to public speaking and speaking out to people. But I accepted that fact that okay, I am lagging somewhere, but I worked upon myself. I nurtured myself each and every day. I used to write, even today also, each and every day I write positive affirmations for myself. Like I am enough. I'm capable of doing things. I'm empathetic. I'm powerful. So by doing such small activities, I have gained that confidence. And also, Toastmasters platform has become a lighthouse for me, guiding lighthouse for me in my journey. So yeah, that is my take on how I have overcome my failures and inferiorities. Thank you, Table Topic Master.
Yeah, thank you, Trupti. That's amazing. Mr. Timer and Toastmaster, do we still have time for a few persons to speak on, or?
Maybe we can take one more topic. Vijay Suryavanshi is here. I would like him to attempt. It's not spoken at all.
So we got
Vijay, would you like to take it, please?
Okay, the next topic that I have.
Yes, madam, I would like to take it.
Yes, come ahead.
Okay. So the topic for you, Vijay, is the abundance of money. You know, there is tons of money everywhere. We can be the richest man in the world. You can be super rich. But if you have a choice between becoming rich and a modest person, what would you choose?
Can you please tell again the topic, please?
If you have a choice to become a richest person or a modest person, which one you would choose and why?
Can you tell me again, please, the modest meaning exact?
Yeah, modest, a richest person is a person who's got tons of money to spare, but perhaps you may not have, a lot of time or not a lot of freedom. But a modest person will have a great relationship, great freedom, walk anywhere, but not too much money to spare. That is what is modest. So if you have a choice in becoming a richest person or a modest person, which one you would choose?
Yeah, thank you so much for the wonderful topic. If I had a chance to choose any one of them, I would love to become a modest one. Because even if I have so much money, if I am not able to give my time to them, what's the use of that money? But even if I'm a modest, even if I don't have a money, but if I'm able to give them time, I'm able to spend time with them, give them the happiness, and share the same happiness with me, I'm the richest I feel after that. So I would like to become the modest one, try to spend time more with people, and be a person who can bring some laugh, some happiness, and some good in them by my presence, and like to radiate this energy everywhere. So one takeaway I would like to give from this is, even if you don't have money, but what you can give to others is your time. Spread good feelings, good thoughts, good words for others. Uh, give your kindness and valuable time. So this is what I feel from today's session. I would love to be the modest one. Thank you so much.
That's awesome, Vijay. Thank you so much. So with this, we conclude our table topics. And may I request our timer, Mr. President Renosh, to give the timer's report?
To a table topic master, we have Toastmaster Tulin, who has taken 48 seconds. Toastmaster Rajneesh, 1 minute 16 seconds. Toastmaster Matthew, 1 minute 11 seconds. Toastmaster Tripti, 1 minute 17 seconds. And Toastmaster Vijay, 1 minute 16 seconds. Over to you.
Yeah. So that sounds like, everybody's qualified. I don't know if you guys have a voting system. You will do the voting. Who's the best table topic speaker, and maybe announced later on by the Toastmaster. So may I request our Toastmaster of the day, Girija, to take it over?
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful session. The questions were so thought-provoking and stirred our thoughts and feelings and so many memories. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. And do we launch the poll, and do we also take into consideration the first speaker, considering that she is new? For the poll? Yes? A general evaluator, do you confer with it? Shall we also include her in the poll?
Yes, please, let's include.
Thank you. And after this, I will also launch the poll for the speech evaluation section. Again, I have a question prepared, speech section. The first speaker, the two speakers, the timings we have not asked. So I would like the timings to be shared so that we can launch both the polls.
Toastmaster, did you want me to mention the time taken by the prepared speakers? Okay. Toastmaster Dr. Deepak had taken 10 minutes, 23 seconds. Toastmaster Nupur had taken 7 minutes, 3 seconds.
Yes. Thank you.
Over to you.
Thank you. So what do we do for the speech, prepared speech section? Do we launch the poll for both, or we just leave it at that?
At 10 minutes, I don't think it's fair to include in the polls. So
Thank you.
I think Nupur will have to be declared winner by default.
Thank you. Thank you, General Evaluator. Thank you so much. Yes. Now I launch the poll for the table topic section. Kindly request everybody to vote, please. We have 5 here: Toastmaster Tulin, Toastmaster Rajneesh, Toastmaster Matthew, Toastmaster Tripti, and Toastmaster Vijay who have participated. Okay, P2 cannot participate, so I'll end the poll and I will share the results. All of you can see it, right? Congratulations to Toastmaster Matthew. And congratulations to all the participants for taking it on the spur of the moment and speaking off the cuff.
Thank you.
Yes. And I also want to congratulate Nupur for the well-deserved award. And at the same time, I request everybody to give a standing ovation to the first speaker who presented his icebreaker. So let's do that. For the icebreaker given by Dr. Deepak Deshpande. Congratulations for breaking the barrier and making your icebreaker here at the Toastmasters. Thank you. Now we move on to the third section, that is the evaluation section. They say evaluation is the breakfast of champions, because when you have a feedback right in the morning, then you know you have the entire day to work with it. Just as you have a good, heavy, sumptuous breakfast in the morning, it sustains you throughout the day. A positive feedback, a constructive feedback, which is given to you in time with a lot of very specific inputs, will help you work throughout the day very well. So we have this evaluation session that is led by our general evaluator, and I request him to take over the session. Thank you, and over to you, Seshadri ji. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Girija. So far, the meeting has proceeded swimmingly. I think it's a combination of audaciousness coupled with determination, which is taking us far, and I'm sure we'll go further. In this segment, as I mentioned right up front, we will look back to look forward. What does that mean? We will look back at the meeting in itself. Each evaluator will come and present their evaluation of the attributes that each speaker processed, and at the same time also talk to us about areas that the speaker could do well to focus upon and improve. And without wasting any further time, let me now call upon evaluator number 1 to come and evaluate Dr. Deepak's speech, and that will be done by Toastmaster CP Balachandran. Toastmaster Balachandran, can you please take over and start your evaluation?
I would like him to test his mic first because it was a little broken when he spoke before he
Yes.
starts. Yes.
But before he starts, just a general announcement for everyone present.
Sorry,
Evaluation sessions run from.
Can I request one thing? Can you give the evaluation to the second evaluator? I will come to the next.
Sure.
If
If the second evaluator is ready, then I have no problem. Toastmaster Dharini, are you ready?
Yes. She's nodding. Thank you.
Perfect. So if you are ready, then we can start. The evaluation session runs from a minimum of 1 minute to, a minimum of 2 minutes to 3 minutes. The lighting sequence is going to be green at 2, amber at 2.5 or 2:30, and red at 3. And there is a 30-second grace after the 3-minute mark is breached. And after that, if the speaker continues to speak, they will not be eligible for any voting. With that, without any further ado, I present evaluator number 2, going first, Toastmaster Dharini. Toastmaster Dharini, please take over.
Good evening once again, and thank you, General Evaluator. I would like to congratulate my speaker, Nupur, was bringing us a wonderful theme of true freedom. And it is not only freedom from spending, but also as an eye opener for everyone. You started off with a nice slideshow saying that what is a EMI? Yes, everywhere I always see these banners when I travel. I am now based in Qatar. So I have not heard this EMI for so long, but now I hear it very often. When you buy this, you get the EMI. You buy this, there is an EMI. So what is that EMI? Then I understood. And your slideshow was really explanatory of saying how the younger generation, that is a Gen Z generation, get trapped with their first income. They just want to go buy a television, the latest model phone, a car, and whatnot. That way, you really explained to those who want to think about using the EMI also. They will think twice before making a start. And what happens if they go on for an EMI and eventually if he loses his job, he may not even have a food for the next day. So then he realizes there is no silver lining the following day. But in this situation, you brought the slideshow wonderful. Kudos to you. Being an online session, I have a few recommendations for you to take your speech to the next level. When you were going through the slideshow, you asked, can I share the screen? But I would have expected you to check, am I audible? Because the first few lines, when the first slide was started, I was not able to hear you, what you are trying to say. So what was it about? So at least you could have said, my true freedom starts from here. And this is how I am taking my storyline. So that would have given me a time to think, what are you trying to do? Because I was searching you for the screen, then I suddenly saw a PowerPoint presentation in front of me. So that would have really helped to see that not only for me, for the other Toastmasters also to understand, okay, you are doing a presentation and through your speech is through a presentation. So that would have really made me a little more prepared to look forward for what are the things I should look for. And also, when you narrated the story, what happened? You were saying that a person bought A thing, B thing, C thing. Yes. And when he doesn't have the money to pay, there could have been some voice modulation. So I expected that, oh, I have the car, I have the television, I have the latest model phone, but I don't have a small bread to eat for my breakfast, which becomes my essential part for my daily which is thought provoking that he should realize. So there could have been some voice modulation, and also when you went slide after slide, it could have been little more that will get through the storylining. Because as a online session, I could not see you. At least I could hear your voice modulation when the slides are going on. So that would have really helped to understand the story very well. But overall, you did a great job of bringing the slides together, not only for me as an individual and for all the younger generations. Only these positive things that you have brought with when you work on the voice modulation and also checking on the audibility, you can take your speech to the next level. Good luck to you. Over to the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dharini, for that eloquent, elaborate evaluation. A couple of pointers from my side, first to the speaker and then to the evaluator. To the speaker, what I would say is brevity is the essence and the heart of good communication. By that, what I mean is if you're creating slides, I would highly recommend to give up on the words and use more pictures. A PowerPoint presentation is ideally suited, especially in an online platform, to communicate through pictures. And if you put pictures, the audience listens and looks at the speaker. Therefore, that is observation number one. Observation number two is if other language words are used, it would be great to pronounce it in the language of its origin and tell us the meaning, not necessary to write the meaning on the screen itself. That saves some space and gives you more room for expressing what your thoughts are. Last but not least, it is best avoided given that Toastmasters is an international platform and we have partners coming from all around the world. Best to avoid any specific religion to be mentioned because we consider that as slightly taboo, not because of anything else, just that it can lead to needless discussions and arguments which are not very productive. That being said, I thought the speech in itself carried a lot of valuable messages. Though, as a person who's made a career in offering EMIs to customers, I don't entirely agree with the premise, but I completely endorse the way it was communicated. That being said, now the evaluator, I would have liked to see a lot more of an opinion on what the evaluator saw, what the evaluator felt, and what the evaluator heard. What I did see was a little bit of a rehash of the speech, which I would strongly recommend to avoid because all the audience members have listened to the speaker. There is no necessity to tell us all again, saying that the speaker said this and the speaker said that. That could be avoided and that time could be used for a little more constructive suggestions or maybe some accolades for the speaker to take back, saying these are the highlights that you really enjoyed. Overall, I thought it was a well done evaluation of a very well done speech. Let's now turn our attention to Toastmaster Balachandran. Hopefully, he has overcome his challenges with connectivity and is ready to speak. Toastmaster Balachandran, are you ready?
I hope I am ready. And can I just get a confirmation I'm audible and visible?
You're clearly audible and visible too. Perfect. You're all set. Take it away.
Thank you, sir. Where are my roots? When I think about my roots, I could just think about that speaker who said, "What roots?" Wonderfully done. Secondly, do I have the wings to fly? Yes, I do not have that, but my speaker definitely had that. And most importantly, he had that soul for that particular speech, which made me just kind of get lost in what am I listening? Because roots, wings, and then the soul. Where are you? No, where are you? It means to me. Where are you, Bala? What are you doing? You are supposed to be the evaluator. What are you doing? Oh, sorry, I forgot to evaluate him because I was engrossed in that moment. I was just engrossed in that moment where the roots, the wings, and the soul came to me. Am I being audacious? Definitely not, because the speaker was audacious. The speaker came up with that idea which said, yes, I had something to do with the service. Okay, you came with that idea, but what am I doing as an evaluator? I'm still evaluating you. Ladies and gentlemen, this day is the first day where I have had a person coming in front of me as an speaker. Let's for a moment leave it as an icebreaker speaker or whatever it is, where the evaluator get lost. What do you evaluate? What should I do? Or what should I can only say one thing. You were never an simple speaker who came here. You just gave us something which we all took away. And next time, I just want you to say one more thing. Who are you? Who are you? That's the basic thing of the icebreaker. If you can just come more closer to that and stand up and speak, you are the best. What do you say? Back to you, Sir General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Bala. He is the best. That on that there is no question. My feedback first to the speaker and then to the evaluator. To the speaker, Dr. Deepak, the only thing I can tell you is there is a novel waiting to be written. You have to put pen to paper, and I'm sure it will be a bestseller in the making. From a Toastmaster speech perspective, a couple of things that I would definitely recommend for you to do. You have natural presence, you have the ability to engage with your words and your gestures. As the evaluator said, standing and speaking will make sure that the audience cannot take their eyes away from this from you when you're on stage. The second thing that I would say is what I said to the first speaker as well. Brevity is the essence of communication. If you can condense it down to 10 or 12 key points, that will fit perfectly well in a 4 to 6 minute speech. And that is critical because time is a factor that has to be respected. Other than that, I think there is a making of a world champion in this particular speech itself. And I can pull it at least 20 different threads, which can all be converted into different speeches. So I'm sure the next few meetings of Eloquent Elites is going to be replete with stories of you from your background to the world. So all the very best on your onward journey as a eloquent communicator. Now coming to our evaluator, he's done justice to the speaker. Given that the speaker has painted a masterpiece, the evaluator had to, of course, be a connoisseur of the masterpiece and talk about it in those eloquent terms. He did exactly that. A couple of pointers. In an online platform, when you have a background, there is tendency to get lost in the background. That was what was happening. The second is, in terms of introducing the speech and the speaker, at that point in time, the only job is to tell us the next speaker is speaking from this particular path, this is the speech, this is the time. There is absolutely no requirement, and in fact, actually discouraged to speak about anything else because that takes away time from the speaker. Remember, when as an evaluator, the role is to elevate the speaker and only that, and not demonstrate our own abilities to speak. That comes during the evaluation. That said, the evaluation itself was a good evaluation. And let's now turn our attention to the timer and ask for the timer's report on the two evaluators.
Thank you, General Evaluator. The time taken by Toastmaster Dharini was 3 minutes 24 seconds, and Toastmaster Bala had taken 3 minutes 28 seconds. Over to
So
you.
both are qualified. Thank you. Perfect. Now let's go to the reports segment of this meeting. At the top of the meeting, we saw that there are two role players.
Excuse me.
One being, yes, Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Renosh Thomas has to give the report on my conducting the meeting.
I will come to that after the other two reports.
Okay.
Because that's a part of the report. So I will take the report on the time taken by the TMoD at the end. Before I begin my final closing. So at this stage, I would like to call upon our grammarian of the day to come and share the grammarian's report on how the meeting got conducted from a purely grammatical perspective. Over to you, Mr. Grammarian, Toastmaster Sajal.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Sudarshan. So just let me share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, clearly.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so the word of the day was audacious, and Toastmaster Girija used audacious one time. Toastmaster Swapna used it one time. Toastmaster Dr. Deepak used it one time. Toastmaster Vala used it 2 times. And when it comes to the idiom phrase of the day, every moon has a silver lining, it was used by Toastmaster Dr. Deepak 4 times. So kudos to you. Toastmaster Rajnish used it 1 time. So I could see good usage of the word of the day as well as the idiom of the day. Now coming to the exemplary usage, distinguished Toastmaster Renosh used a phrase like rat race, and leaders are not born, they have to grow in life. Toastmaster Girija used the phrases like breaking the head and turning obstacles into opportunity. And distinguished Toastmaster Sudarshan used beautiful phrases like nitpicking mother-in-law and concert of masterpiece. Toastmaster Dr. Deepak used adjective phrase seamlessly positive, and Toastmaster Nupur used illusion of affordability. So overall, I could see good usage of word of the day and idiom of the day and good exemplary usage. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much. That's a job really well done. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, as a grammarian, it is extremely imperative to listen with a keen ear. And today we've seen an example of what that active listening really looks like. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sajal, for doing such an exemplary job. Let's now turn our attention to the next role player, which is the R counter. And to do the honors, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Swapna Jilla to take charge and lead us through the session. Over to you, Toastmaster Swapna.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster, the distinguished Toastmaster Sudarshan. And I would like to first thank Toastmaster Girija for giving me this opportunity to be the Archangel of Eloquent Elite Toastmasters Club. It's always a pleasure to be here, and there's always takeaways, especially the theme of the meeting is of the Eloquent Elites is something which I do look up to. Now, coming up to my report, I'll start with the presiding officer, Toastmaster Renosh. You are fabulous. I could not capture even one crutch of filler words from your speech throughout the meeting. And same goes for Toastmaster of the Day, Girija, and our General Evaluator, DTM, Sudarshan. So three cheers, and I think we can have a round of applause for them to have no filler words and crutch words. Coming up next, we have Grammarian Sajal, who had 4 hours and 3 so's in his during the meeting. Our speaker, Dr. Deepak, had 3 hours and 1 so. Our evaluator, number 1, Bala, again had no filler words during his speech. So I think again he deserves a round of applause for having no filler words. Evaluator number 2, Dharini, had 1 1 so, 1 but, and she had a repeat word that. So I would request Toastmaster Dharini to ensure that she doesn't use the repeat words and to just see whether she's having that in another sentences and as such. Our speaker number 2, Toastmaster Nupur, had 2 hours. Table topic master Mike had 3 hours, 1 and 1 so. Our guest Tulian had 5 hours and 1 Trupti had 2 hours. Matthew had 1 hour. Vijay had 1 hour and Rajneesh had 1 hour. This is my overall report, and this was a fabulous, and I would request all the members to have a pat on your back, because this is one of the kind of meeting where I literally had a toughest job as an accounter and an active listener to grab the crutch words and filler words. Thank you, and over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Sudarshan Seshadri.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Swapna. That was truly a job well done. Active listening is a skill that Toastmasters enables us to develop, and today is a demonstration of 2 active listeners doing their job meticulously. And this is a skill which will stand them in good stead even outside of Toastmasters. Thank you so much for doing such a good job, Toastmaster Swapna. Let's now turn our attention to the timer and request for a timer's report on the Toastmaster of the Day and the 2 auxiliary role players as well.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Our Grammarian Toastmaster Sajal had taken 2 minutes 23 seconds. Our counter Toastmaster Swapna had taken 2 minutes 12 seconds. And as far as the Toastmaster Day is concerned, we are 24 minutes behind schedule, actually.
That is correct. Thank you very much. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, that was the report for the Toastmaster of the Day and the auxiliary role players. Madam Toastmaster, would you be releasing the polls for the best evaluator and the auxiliary role players now, or would it be done after? Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. For the speech evaluation section, I am launching the poll.
Perfect.
Renosh Thomas is not there now, right? Yes.
Yeah.
He has not yet presented. So please vote only for the first 2 voters. Don't vote for the third one. First and second among those 2.
May I continue as the votes are being cast, because we are already running well behind schedule. So I would rather try and make up for some of the last time. So let me commence my general evaluation. So at the beginning of the meeting, I described my role as that of a nitpicking mother-in-law. However, my efforts pale in comparison to the efforts that the club has taken by themselves. I got about 6 versions of the agenda today with minute modifications. When I opened these attachments and tried to look for the changes, it took me a good 5 minutes before I could actually pinpoint and identify where those changes are. That kind of detailing is what makes a club go from good to great. And this club is truly a great club just because of the meticulousness with which meetings are crafted and presented. The evidence of that is while the meeting is gone over the scheduled time, it doesn't feel like a burden that we are all carrying with us. There are Toastmasters meetings that I've attended, which prompts people to start looking at their watches by the time the table topic session starts. And this meeting, we are at the fag end of the day as well as the meeting, and yet there are a good number of people still present, 14 to be precise. We were 16 at the start and we are 14 now, which is a job really well done. Coming to the meeting in itself, the meeting started bang on time. In fact, I was a bit tardy that I joined about a minute or two late because my previous Toastmasters meeting took time to get over. The meeting started on time, and the Sergeant at Arms started the meeting in the right manner as it should be started. She told us precisely what we are expected to do. She told us who we are a part of, what kind of a family do we belong to, and therefore gave us the wider picture of why we do what we do and the way we do it. The couple of things I would like to inform the Sergeant at Arms and probably hope that in future performances she takes that on board. First and foremost, one of the roles of the Sergeant at Arms is to reiterate the reason why we all connect and carry out these meetings. And the raison d'etre of Toastmasters is to empower its members to enhance their communication skills and their leadership skills. This needs to be reiterated because that is the explicit purpose for which we assembled together. The second is the numbers. The current membership strength of Toastmasters International stands north of 300,000. It's closer to 316,000 and not 214,000. And it is at about 143 countries and not 149 countries. So these are some of the subtle nuances that need to be taken on board if being talked about. Otherwise, it is absolute pleasure to listen to someone as mellifluous as Toastmaster Nupur right at the start of the meeting. She's got the right blend of calmness and a inviting, engaging manner of speaking. That is exactly what a sergeant at arms is expected to do. Next up was the president. Now, the president speaks from the pulpit and is the person who lays the ground for the meeting to take place. And he did precisely that. The, the way in which the meeting unfolded through the president was truly presidential. The call out for someone to accept the agenda is a practice that is fast eroding, and kudos to Toastmaster Renosh or DTM Renosh to have carried on that practice. That is the true parliamentary procedure, and that is really admirable to see. Additionally, the message of the president was truly presidential. It conveyed, communicated, and clarified a lot to everybody present, is what I would hazard to guess. But to me, as an audience member, it came across as exactly what an eloquent elite club needs to exemplify. That was clearly demonstrated in his demeanor, in his attire, in his manner of speaking, and the choice of words that he used. Clearly, a person who should be applauded for a job truly well done. More importantly, he took precisely the time allocated, which meant that the rest of the meeting could transpire in the manner in which it was expected to. The only nit that I would like to pick for DTM Renosh, he has a great smile. We would like to see a lot more of it. At least I would like to see a lot more of it. Look at him. Look at him when he smiles. Isn't it inviting? Isn't it a friendly smile? Why doesn't he smile a lot more in his presidential address? That's all there is that I would like to say for him. I would come back to the Toastmaster of the day a little later. The speakers have been well evaluated. Therefore, I do not want to trespass on the privileges of the evaluator and talk about the speeches in themselves. All I would want to say is both the speakers have the makings of someone who can be truly eloquent and can take the elite spot through excellence. Both of them have richness of content. Both of them have tremendous ability and confidence. And I'm sure the speaker number one is a cornucopia of stories. As an HR person, he would have seen the gamut. I would like to hear a lot more of what he's seen, what he's felt, what he's perceived, and how does he carry on his day on a day-to-day basis. Speaker number two spoke about things that I do for a living and get a salary and a bonus on. She told all of you not to take EMIs. My job every day is to sell EMIs. Therefore, I should actually pick a fight with her, but I would like to commend her for what she did because it came from a place of conviction. And that is exactly what a good speaker does. Now, the standout to me today was the table topic session. Not because of the table topic master or the table topic speakers. It was more because of the way in which it unfolded. Toastmaster Mark came with topics which, on the surface of it, look very easy, but try speaking about those topics, profoundly difficult. You have $1 million in the bank and you have a year to live. What do you do? That kind of a question, easy to confront, many table topic masters ask, but is very difficult to answer. And kudos to every participant who not only answered, but answered within the time allocated. Clearly an hallmark of good coaching, good mentoring, because that is exactly what you are expected to do. And to the first speaker, who was put on the spot literally when she was caught like a deer in the headlights, yet she managed, she persevered, she had the audacity to try and complete. That is exactly what is required, Toastmaster Tulin. So a big round of applause to you. You will fall flat 50 times, but the 51st time when you walk home with the trophy of the best table topic speaker will be the day you will accomplish the real reason for why you came into Toastmasters. Kudos to everybody, special kudos to Toastmaster Tulin. And of course, Mark Shree. Mark is a symbol. Shree is excellence. Mark Shree embodied both the symbol and the excellence in what he did. And that is why the session was so engaging. The two evaluators have already been evaluated by me. Therefore, I am not going to spend any specific time on the evaluators, but a general feedback is, as an evaluator, do not rehash what the speaker has said. That is being heard, that is being felt, that is being absorbed. As an evaluator, it's your chance to be selfish. Try to speak about what you saw, what you heard, and what you felt. These are the three things that the evaluator has the privilege of doing. Exercise that privilege. And when giving suggestions, let them be meaningful. Even if you have just one suggestion, show, don't tell. Use that opportunity to tell the speaker by demonstrating what do you expect the speaker to do. That way, the speaker benefits and you benefit. That being said, it was a well done evaluation. I have already evaluated the two auxiliary role players. Now I will turn my attention to the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Girija is endowed with the ability to eloquently speak in the English language. Every time I hear her speak, I'm enamored a little more by the vocabulary that she uses and the eloquence with which it comes out. Pronunciations, enunciations, grammar, all spot on. Probably she was an English teacher in her previous avatar. I'm not sure. But if she was, she's still continuing to do so by speaking to us the way she speaks. What I particularly liked was the simplicity of the theme, which in itself is not a simple theme, if you ask me. Positivity is a choice, and the choice that you and I make is what is going to take us forward or hold us back. And she shed light upon it by bringing together a bunch of committed people who wanted to shine the light on their positivity. And the radiance with which our Toastmaster of the day is glowing is because of our inner positivity. And that alone is what is required for a Toastmaster. The one nit that I would like to pick is, as a Toastmaster of the day, it is imperative to introduce every role player with a slight degree of warmth. What I felt was it was a bit of a sinusoidal curve where some people had a lot of warmth and some people just were introduced. So I would like to see that going through the meeting. However, all I would want to say is please expand on this theme, because this theme is needed in today's day and age, and no one better than you, Toastmaster Girija, to do justice to such a theme. Beautifully conducted, extremely eloquently spoken, and what I would like to commend additionally over everything else that I've said is that gentle coaxing and the firm hand in a velvet glove which controls the helm. That's the reason why the meeting has moved to the plan and has delivered the impact that it is supposed to deliver. All in all, Eloquent Elite Toastmasters has put an elegant foot forward today, because the meeting was conducted with a lot of finesse and a lot of excellence, and it ends on a note where I would like to congratulate the club, the XCOM, and all members for being a part of this eloquence. Because trust me, ladies and gentlemen, eloquence wins 80% of all your battles. If you know what you want to speak and if you speak the right way, you will win friends and influence people. Therefore, work on your eloquence and become the elites that you deserve to be. Thank you for having me as your general evaluator. I hand the podium back to our charming Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Girija. Over to you.
It's a million. It has been always a pleasure to listen to you, and you come out with so many breakthrough ideas. Just as you told me that the energy plummeted when I was introducing some people, I will listen to the recording and see how I can improve over there. Thank you very much for those inputs. I appreciate that you paid attention to every word, every mood, every tone, and every tenor, and you gave very specific inputs. And thank you so much for it. Thanks a lot for taking your time. Right from another meeting, you jumped into this meeting. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. And I would request Toastmaster Renosh, because today is a project that I'm presenting. So I would like him to just give a report on the project that I presented. Renosh, will you please do that? Thank you so much. Yes.
Sure, definitely. I'll make it crisp just for the benefit of time as well. I'm also the timer, so I'm timing myself while I'm speaking. Well, the objective of your project today was to practice facilitating an online meeting. Okay. The details, I have gone through it. Let me just break it down into 3 sections. One is the preparation part of it, the prep part. You're the Vice President Education, and I've worked with you on this particular meeting, and I understand you have arranged the role players for this meeting. So a lot of preparations that have gone behind assigning the role players to them, and then of course guiding them as well. Next is the preparation of the agenda as well. As General Evaluator did mention, you were audacious in even correcting those changes, even though they were minor, and making it to the point before the meeting happened that they were all done and dusted. So well done making the presentation of the agenda, preparation of the agenda as well. And the last but not the least, you were the one who selected the theme as well. So in the preparation point of view, you have done really good in arranging the role players, preparation of the agenda, and the theme, which is so profound in its thought that it's very important for this particular moment of time and generation as well. Coming to the second part, I would say is the facilitation part of it, which involves, and you have done that as well, when for all the role players, you have engaged them by asking some questions related to the theme and getting their responses. So that's a good way to engage with the role players, and that too based on the theme as well. So the continuation or a journey towards it. The third part, which I would like to point out, is on reflecting on the aspect of this project. Is just two things which I would put onto it is, while you have engaged with the role players, it will also be good to engage with the other audience members, which obviously in an online space, one way of doing it is by using the chat box. You can ask audience members to write something specific, or if you have an yes and no answer or wish, just one or two things that they can start engaging in the chat box. May not be possible to do it entirely by unmuting, unless and until if time permits. That's one thing. And the second thing is the theme as well. Why, what, how, few things about the positivity, power of it. You did mention that in the initial part of it, which is good. Take that as a journey, as a train journey till you reach your destination and wind it up. That will give a kind of impetus on the particular thing. But otherwise, as far as your project is concerned, in organizing the meeting, facilitating discussion between members, all that was definitely done. So that is my report. Over to you.
Thank you so much for supporting me and for guiding the club members. Thanks a lot for this report. I completed my fourth level, second level now, fourth level, second project. So thank you so much. Positivity is not something that we can just derive in one day. Very often we see one comment and for the entire day you keep brooding about it. But the person has written the comment, probably he must have just taken 5 seconds or 10 seconds. And after that, he has forgotten it and he has gone on with his life. But we stay stuck there. It's very important to remember that when we get critical comments, understand that probably either it comes from a point of pain or it comes from a point of reforming or helping us, from those 2 points. So what is it that if there is a genuine takeaway, take it. If you know the person, talk directly. And if it is unknown and if it is something that you see on the social media, fine, it's okay. Different people will have different views. It's very important for us to remember September 13th is every year celebrated as the day for encouraging positive thoughts. And that is why I chose the theme. And not just September 13th. I think every day we need to remember that a single positive thought will turn the entire experience of the day on its head. And we'll look at things with different eyes, different perspectives, the different glasses, different color. If only we start with positivity, with gratitude, with meditation, with prayer, or just look at the pictures of your ancestors, of your parents, or if they are there in front of you, very lucky, look at them and smile and thank God that you have them. And for your siblings, for whatever you have around you, look at that and never take it for granted. And that gratitude gives us the positivity to look at, if I have got all this today, why will I not get whatever I need tomorrow? Every bird that is born into this world does not worry about tomorrow, but it gets its morsel of food. Similarly, we also will get it provided we do our part of flying and looking for it. So do we do that? That's the only question that I would like to take away with me. And thank you very much for everybody's input. And I will just like to launch the polls for the rest of the rest of the roles, and then we can close it. Main role players, auxiliary role players. Yes. Can you all see the... Yes. I would say, it's very difficult sometimes to choose. I'm very happy that I cannot vote because as a, Zoom, it always leaves me flummoxed. Whom do I choose? Everybody does so well. 8 of 11 people have voted. At least 9 people should vote. 1 person's more vote. Yes, we have done. So I'm ending the poll and I'm sharing the results. Yes, it was Dharini who won the speech evaluation role. Congratulations, Dharini. And again, here the grammarian Sajal Sarohi is taking the cake. Thank you so much for doing the roles, each one of you. We learned a lot from you. That is what is very important. And now I launch the poll for the main role players. Is there a result being shared? Or can you all see the main poll?
No, at least I can't see.
Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, now I can launch it. Can you all see it now?
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Nine out of 10. 11 done. So I'm ending the poll and I'm sharing the results. Congratulations to our general evaluator, Sudarshan Seshadri, DTM. Thank you so much. As per the protocol, we are not allowed to put in the polls distinguished Toastmaster, doctor, etc. So that's why it's not put. Distinguished Toastmasters, Sudarshan, as I said, you gave us so many insights which are so useful. Thank you so much. Please keep visiting our club often and give us our inputs. Thank you.
Totally.
While I close the polls, I will share the certificates at the end of the meeting. I do not want to hold our Renosh Thomas, distinguished Toastmaster. He has got to deliver his vote of thanks, and he has to move immediately for the next meeting. Over to you. Probably we have overshot the time. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Can we all give a round of applause, I believe, to each and every one of us? I don't want to name each one by one because you've fabulously done your roles. In fact, as a timer myself today, I just wanted to sit there and listen, as General Evaluator had mentioned. I think all the role players, when they were doing their roles, the speakers, the table topic speeches, I was mesmerized. I was taken to a different world. I was looking at my time and said, no, I cannot focus on my time. I had to put my background. I want to listen and enjoy the meeting. I understand that we have passed the time. In some places, it's going to be midnight. Well, in fact, I want to congratulate each and every winner here. The moment that each and every one of you stepped onto this platform, you were already victors. That's what I believe. You've already won the stage. As a poll, definitely we have to look at the votes and then announce. But well done to each and every one of you. I hope the guests can stay behind and we can talk as well. I thank each and every one of you who volunteered to be part of this meeting. There are many of you who came from different clubs and supported us in this meeting. I thank each and every one of you. Before I adjourn the meeting, I was doing a little bit of an AI using some tools, and I asked AI to give me a quote on the power of positivity and from a renowned person. This is what came up. The quote was, power of a positive mindset is not that it ignores reality, but that it chooses to see the possibilities within it. And we have heard and we know about Helen Keller, who was an American author who at 9 months old was left blind and deaf. And this is a quote from Helen Keller. Keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see the shadow. It's what sunflowers do. With that, let me adjourn the meeting.
Thank you. The certificates will be shared with each one of you. The winners, I will just stop the recording and then we can continue with our discussion. Thank you so much.